morning, everyone. It's just 9:30, so we'll just get ready to get started. A couple of people may be joining us soon. Sometimes there's a couple of maybe technical problems, so but we can just get started. So first of all, thanks very much for coming and joining us this morning. I'll try to speak more slowly today because it's mindfulness. It also reminds me to slow down and breathe. So my name is Mary Leahy and I'm one of the staff counsellors at UN Geneva. And normally we offer mindfulness 4 times a week in the Palais and everybody's welcome to come. But during the current situation when most of us are telecommuting, we decided to offer a session online live. So we're here today Wednesday at 9:30. It's going to be in English, and again on Friday at 10 a.m. it's going to be in French, and we hope that you'll enjoy it, and thank you for joining. So we'll maybe get started because I think that's always important. So we'll begin by getting yourself comfortable. You may be sitting in a chair or you may be sitting in a couch. Some people do like to lie down on the floor. That's okay in the mornings because we should be okay. But if you do that at nighttime or if you lie on your bed and close your eyes, you may be tempted to fall asleep. So it's good if that's what you find, then maybe leave your eyes open. But everyone else, when you're ready, just get yourself comfortable, say in a chair or the couch. So you can press your feet into the floor, plant your feet. If you open up your hands, like your hands here, if you push the base of your feet into the floor, the balls of your feet and your toes, then if you feel the chair underneath you, supporting your back, supporting your neck possibly. And then when you're ready, you can either close your eyes or you can put your hands like this, one on top of the other, and you can put your gaze down into your hands. And this just helps us to relax. And also it means you're not staring at the computer screen and damaging your eyes. So when you're ready, we'll just begin by closing your eyes. Now we'll think of relaxing our eyelids, relax our foreheads, relax your temples and all of the muscles around the eyes. Then going up to our forehead, think of relaxing the forehead and then going over your scalp and down the back of your neck, coming around to your jaw, your chin, relaxing the head, relaxing your mouth and your tongue, relaxing your nose, your cheeks, and your ears. Just relaxing the face. Today, in case some of you haven't done mindfulness before, I'm going to talk a little more than normal just to guide you through it so you'll know what's going on. Normally we play a little music, but because of the connection and copyright and things like that, we're going to do it in silence today. But that's why I'll talk a little bit so you'll know that I'm still here. Your connection hasn't gone or anything. So one thing about mindfulness, it's about being in the present moment, about shutting down our thoughts and our worries and actually being right here, right now, today. And it's about connecting your mind and your body and helping ourselves to learn to relax, even if it's for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So a very important thing to do is to notice what's going on around you at the moment. Are there any sounds or any noise? Where I am, it's very quiet. I can just hear birds, but some of you may hear a neighbor banging or someone opening or closing doors, or you might smell somebody smoking. So what we do in mindfulness is just acknowledge those noises and smells, and then we let them go. We don't let them bother us. And this helps us in life as well. just to acknowledge things that's a bit annoying and then let it go. So we'll begin by taking a nice deep breath, and if you like, you can put one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. And just gently roll your shoulders up and back. This helps us, you can think of a smile opening up across your chest as well. This helps us open up our lungs and our chest so we can breathe more deeply. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose and visualize the air going down your throat into your lungs and filling up your lungs all the way to your diaphragm. You may feel your stomach puffing out like a balloon as it fills up with air. You can even do that, like push the air into your hand, push your belly out. And then we exhale, a long, slow exhalation all the way from the diaphragm, pushing the air up through our bodies, up through our lungs, our throats, and out through our noses. If you don't feel comfortable, you can breathe out through your mouth, but it's best to try with your nose if you can, unless you have a cold or something. So we'll do that again. Take a nice deep breath in through our noses, filling up our bodies, puffing out the belly, maybe even noticing that our lungs, if we remember, go to our back as well. We often think about that, but this is maybe even giving your back a bit of a stretch as you fill up the lungs. And hold that good air inside you for a few moments. And then exhale, pushing out the air all the way up our bodies and out through our noses. So we'll take one more breath together, and this time as you're inhaling deeply, think about where you are. At the moment, I'm in Geneva. I can see trees out my window. I can't see the mountains, but I'm visualizing the tops of the mountains with the snow up there and how clean and pure the air is. You may be in France in the Alps, or you may be somewhere around the world. Just think of an image that makes you feel peaceful and relaxed. It could be your favorite park or the botanical gardens, or it could be the sea. So just think of that good image as we inhale deeply and hold this air inside us for a few moments. And then as you're exhaling, thinking of letting go of any stress, any tension, any pain in the body, just letting it go, exhaling with a deep breath and allowing your body to relax. So now we'll think about our toes. You can push your toes into the floor. If you're lying down, that's okay. Just pay attention to your big toe and the 4 toes beside it and the spaces in between. And maybe spread out your toes, a nice big stretch. And then when you're ready, you can gently point your toes and gently curl them underneath, but don't hurt yourself, don't strain. Just notice the tension in the muscles there as we pay attention and focus on our toes. And then let go. And now notice, how do the toes feel as they're relaxed? Maybe the blood is moving differently in the toes. It's about bringing circulation and blood to the toes, but mainly about paying attention to our toes and our feet that we often take for granted. But they're actually very important for us, for our posture, for our strength. And if you are someone who has feet injuries or toe injuries, just don't strain yourself, just do your best. So then we'll do that again, just gently pointing or curling the toes. And this time moving along the sole of the foot. Think of the balls of the ball of your foot, the sole, the heel, and then the top of your foot, and just gently try to squeeze your whole foot and your toes, and just hold that for a moment. And then let go and notice as your feet and toes relax. It may feel that they're opening up again, that they're spreading out wide. And many people who do yoga and Pilates over time, you probably don't want to know this, but their feet get bigger. And it's because we allow our feet to stretch and to be comfortable. So now we'll move along, starting with our toes again and our feet. This time also taking in our ankles and moving up our lower legs, paying attention to our shins and our calves. Thinking of our knees. Then moving over the knees and traveling up to our thighs. And this time, gently squeeze your feet, your toes, and your legs. You might feel that you have to squeeze the muscles. This might help in your legs. Just squeeze and hold for a couple of moments. And as we do this, just notice any tension or any sensation, maybe of heat, maybe something's going on. Just paying attention to our legs and our feet. Squeezing and then relaxing, letting go. And as you let go, you might notice a sensation of the body falling down, or if you're lying down, your feet might fall apart. But the main thing is to notice the difference between when we squeeze our muscles and when we relax. Now, you might feel that your mind is wandering. I know I'm talking a lot today, which is more than in normal mindfulness. So what happens in mindfulness is often we have to try and pay attention to the present, but it's okay. It's quite hard to do that, especially at the beginning. So you may feel your mind drifting and wandering and thinking of things you have to do, or maybe questions, or just getting distracted. But just think of your thoughts like many clouds floating over in the sky above your head. And it's okay. Again, you just acknowledge the thought and let it go. It will come back to you later. And that's why we're focusing on the body as well today. This is called a guided body scan. So it helps us actually have something to think about. So it helps us feel a bit more grounded and connected. So now we'll do that again. We'll go from the tips of our toes all the way, traveling up our feet, traveling up our legs, past the muscles at the back of your legs, over underneath your knees, your thighs, and this time taking in our sitting bones and our hips, thinking of our abdomen, your stomachs, and the muscles of your lower back. So again, gently squeeze, and you may feel like you want to squeeze in your stomach and tighten the muscles of the abdomen. This might help. So just squeeze from your stomach, your sitting bones, your legs, squeeze and tighten, and your feet, and we'll just hold that for a couple of seconds. Again, just noticing how does that feel. Maybe it's not very comfortable, but that's okay. And then letting go, relaxing, and noticing any sensations. How does the body feel? You may start to feel a bit heavier in your body, a bit more grounded and connected. And that's just a sign that your body's relaxing. And if not, no worries. We'll just keep going. So now we'll start with our core this time. So just again, gently squeezing in your core muscles and paying attention to the muscles of your lower back, then traveling up our backs to our shoulder blades, coming up our chest, thinking of our clavicle bone and the tops of our shoulders, and gently squeezing the core of your body and of the upper body. If you like, you can bring your shoulder blades together and kind of squeeze them and just hold that for a few moments. So tightening your stomach muscles, maybe having good posture, feeling the chair behind your back. It supports you and helps you feel grounded. Squeezing your stomach, squeezing your shoulder blades, noticing any tension, what's going on there today, and then relaxing, letting go, allowing your shoulders to drop, maybe your belly to hang out a little bit, to puff out as it relaxes. Now, lots of us feel tension in our lower backs, our upper backs, our shoulder blades, the tops of our shoulders. And especially at the moment when we're all on the computer, like 8 hours a day, 10 or 12 hours a day, you may feel tension in your neck, your shoulders, your back. So it's very important to get up and move around and stretch. But this will help you as well. Think of your posture and connecting to the chair and feeling grounded and supported by your chair. So now the next part is to gently raise your shoulders up towards your ears, just very gently. We don't move the neck because we never want to damage our necks, but just gently bringing the shoulders up to your ears and holding them there for a few moments. Maybe again, just noticing how that feels. Holding for a moment and then letting go, dropping the shoulders down and letting go. And we'll do that one more time, gently bringing your shoulders up to your ears, holding tight, not moving your neck. Just seeing how does that feel? It feels a bit odd maybe. Then dropping your shoulders down, allowing your shoulders to relax and allowing any tension in your back and your shoulders to melt down your arms, past your elbows, down to your wrists, traveling along your hands, your fingers and your fingertips. So just allowing any tension or any stress to go from the shoulders all the way down our arms, along our hands and fingers and out through the fingertips. Just allowing the body to relax. So now as we're sitting here, hopefully connected a little bit more with our bodies, just again think of any tension, any stress melting down your arms. With your eyes closed or your gaze in your lap, just visualize like trickles of water, the stress moving down your body and out through your hands and your fingertips. And then allowing this sensation, maybe like a wave, to come down your body from your neck, down to your shoulders, traveling down your chest, your back, your abdomen, coming down over our hips and our sitting bones, traveling down our legs, past our knees, past our ankles, along our feet, down to the toes and out through the tips of our toes. So just visualizing your body getting heavy, relaxing, and allowing any tension, any weight to just travel down the body and out through the feet and through the tops of your toes. And notice any sensation in your body now. How does it feel? This is also a way of checking in with your body. How am I feeling today? Do I have any strain, any tension? You may have been carrying luggage recently, or you may have carried a lot of groceries. You may have strained something. So this is an important way of also checking in with your body and seeing how you're doing. You may have slept well last night, or you may have slept poorly. But this is a way of checking in with your body and allowing it to relax, but you're feeling safe and supported by the strength of the chair behind your back and underneath your sitting bones. Or if you're lying on the floor, you can feel the ground underneath you, and that supports you. And of course, also through our feet, we feel supported and grounded. So just gently as we're lying here, maybe bring our attention back to our breath. You don't have to take big breaths this time, but just notice your breathing. How is it now, maybe compared to the beginning of the practice? And if you feel like it, you can take a deep breath. It's whatever feels right for you, small breath or a deep breath. And then gently, we're just going to come back now, very gently, bringing your awareness back to your body, focusing on our breathing. Maybe now is the time to take a deeper breath, just allowing the oxygen to circulate around your body. And when you're ready, gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can rotate your wrists and your ankles, move around a little bit, because sometimes when we do something like mindfulness or yoga, we might get really into it and then we can feel a little bit dizzy when we stand up. So it's very important to take our time and bring the circulation back to the body. So just rotating your wrists and your ankles, you can have a nice stretch. You can put your two arms out to the side and stretch, stretch, stretch. Or over your head, stretch. And if you're lying on the floor or you have enough space, you can, on your chair, you can stretch out your legs in front of you, point your toes, and just stretch. It just feels good to wake up again and come back to the present. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And just gently becoming aware of your surroundings again. It wasn't a long meditation, that was roughly 20 minutes, but we wanted to leave a little bit of time for questions. So one of the purposes of mindfulness is it comes from Buddhism, and it's basically about being in the present and really paying attention to our thoughts and to the here and now, not worrying about what happened in the past, not worrying about later today or tomorrow, but it's quite hard for most of us to do that. But in the last maybe 30 years, they've done research, as most of you know, on the brain and our minds, and it's they're trying to prove that practicing mindfulness helps us with anxiety and depression. For me, the main thing is that it helps us to switch off from maybe negative thoughts or the stress of work or the demands of life with families, finances, work. It's just about taking a few moments to connect with your body and feel your body and breathe. And when we do a guided meditation like today, where you have to concentrate and think of what's going on in the body, this is what we're doing. So you actually, the idea is you forget about your worries and you leave them behind for a little while. So it actually helps our brains to recover a little bit. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. And you can do it even for like 3 minutes a day. There's lots of online guided meditations or YouTube videos. And there's some that are even only 3 minutes. So you don't have to do mindfulness. Some people would prefer to go for a run or a walk and maybe listen to their favorite music. But for some of us, it's quite nice. And you can do this even in the middle of the day. And maybe, for example, if you have to go to a meeting where you're a bit nervous, maybe you have to speak at the meeting or present, or you might have a meeting coming up with a manager that you know it's going to be a difficult meeting. You can do this to help yourself calm down and relax, and then you will go into the meeting feeling better. So I'll just have a look at questions. Oh, right, let's see. I'm just bear with me just to see, whoops, if we have any questions. Oh yes, here we go. I was on the wrong thing. Great. So, yes, Victoria asked, will this session be available to listen later on? And yes, it will. We're recording this session and then we'll have another one on Friday, which will be in French at 10 o'clock. And let's see. Then Natalie says, oh yeah, sorry, Natalie answered the question. Yeah, that it will be available. And then thank you, Nivert has said hello as well. And then Genevieve says, good morning, it's my first mindfulness experience, seems very useful. Thank you. My questions, letting go of the sounds in the beginning is not very clear to me because I can't help hearing them. Yes, that's true. It can be really annoying. And when we're doing mindfulness in the Palais, we're beside a kitchen area and the doors squeak and it's really annoying. What it is, it's rather than us getting annoyed or getting irritated, maybe we're working at home and a neighbour starts banging. It's actually acknowledging the sound, pausing for a moment and saying, okay, that's annoying, that's irritating me when I'm trying to relax here. But then we acknowledge it and we let it go. And with time, actually, this can really help. Maybe when we go back to work, some people might have to work in an open plan office, or they might already be in an office space with other people. And it's about just acknowledging something and letting it go, and it really does help rather than letting things us get wound up about things and get annoyed and maybe irritated with another person. It's about thinking about life, that there's always going to be annoyances and irritations in life, and we find a way of dealing with them. But by being calmer and more relaxed after doing mindfulness, it actually helps our nervous system and the way the hormones are in our body. So we will find ourselves being less irritable, less angry, and less ready to maybe explode when someone's annoying us. But that takes practice. And of course, as human beings, it's normal to get annoyed. So that was kind of a long way of answering your question, Genevieve. I hope it was okay. And I know we've just another minute or two left. So I'll just answer another question that came in. It was about children and mindfulness. And partly the question is, what do we do when people are at home maybe and they're caring for little children, or they might get disturbed? So it's about actually getting them to do this with you. Lots of children in schools and creches now do yoga and mindfulness because the research shows it helps them feel calmer. So get them to practice with you. They can lie down on the floor or sit in a chair. You can make it fun. You can perhaps Rosa says you can ask them to be like in the form of Spider-Man or Superman. Even if they have those outfits, they could wear one of those outfits and then they could get into a pose and hold it and just practice alongside with you. That helps. So I noticed we have 2 minutes left. So I always want to end on time because that's important. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming and practicing mindfulness with us today. And please do email us. You can email Natalie and her team at comments@un.org, or the Staff Counsellors office, which is Staff Counsellor with 2 L's at un.org. Any questions that you have, please do send them. And we'll be back again on Friday at 10 a.m. in French, and then back again next Wednesday at 9:30 in English. And thank you very much to all of the team at the Knowledge and Learning Commons for helping us. And we're very happy that we're able to offer this because we don't know how long we'll all be at home for. So it's great to be able to connect with you. So thank you very much, everybody, and hope we'll see you again on Friday. Thank you very much. Bye.